This is GMQC Saturday.
The safety database that has been presented is too small.
Right now on Good Morning Quad Cities, COVID booster shots. Who should get them according to an FDA advisory panel? Plus, a heated school board meeting involving parents ending with a mask mandate. Why some parents feel the school board isn't working in their interests. And good morning, it is Saturday. Congratulations, we made it to another weekend. I'm David Bohlman. Thank you for waking up with us.
And I'm meteorologist Morgan Strackmine, and it is kind of a special weekend because it's the last weekend of summer.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I've been talking about pumpkin spice lattes. I have pumpkin spice creamer in my coffee. I'm ready for the sweaters, the whole nine.
Yes, I like fall. I don't mind fall.
Yeah.
But summer is my favorite season, so.
It's all right.
That's all right, but we are going to track in more fall-like temperatures as we get into the new work week. But of course, for the last weekend of summer, we're going to be more summer-like, which is some good news there. We are actually sitting 5 degrees cooler right now than we were yesterday. We did have a front swing through. Now that front will lower those highs just a little bit compared to yesterday, but we'll still get into the 80s because we have plenty of sunshine to work with for us this afternoon, keeping us very dry and quiet underneath an area of high pressure over the Great Lakes. Right now in the Quad Cities, not a bad start to the morning. 65 in Davenport, 67 in Moline. Again, plenty of sunshine expected for us today. Highs will be in the mid-80s. No chance of rain, so get outside and enjoy the day. We'll track in a few more days of summer-like warmth, and then we're going to bring in those fall-like temperatures. I'll track out a system that will also bring some rain coming up in just a little bit. David?
Morgan, thank you so much. Now to developing news out of Milan this morning. Police are investigating an incident that sent one woman to the hospital in critical condition. Investigators say it happened at Pine View Apartments last night. One man was arrested after a woman in her 50s was found injured and bleeding on the ground outside of the building. Witnesses also tell police that a gas can was on fire in a laundry room. Police say both victim and suspect live on site, but there is no known relationship. Now to the latest in the fight against COVID-19. COVID booster shots for most Americans were rejected by the FDA advisory panel. The panel does support booster shots for anyone 65 and up, or those of high risk of severe disease from COVID. It also endorsed boosters for healthcare workers, teachers, and first responders. Lack of data from Pfizer on booster safety has panel members frustrated.
I have major concerns with regard to the extrapolation of data from much older populations to 16 and 17-year-olds. We have no data on the safety in this population at all that have been presented so far, and that concerns me significantly. I also think that the safety database that has been presented is too small.
The FDA says fully vaccinated people are still strongly protected against severe illness without booster shots. A group of advisors to the CDC are expected to meet next week to also discuss whether booster shots are needed. A heated school board meeting in Muscatine has tensions boiling over during a discussion over whether or not students will wear masks come next week. Well, the outcome of that meeting was that masks will now be required for students and staff in preschool through grade 6. News 8's Jenna Webster explains it's a decision many parents are unhappy with.
My kids will not comply. They will go to school without masks.
I'm asking that you please be quiet so that we may have a discussion.
More than 1,000 people responded to an online form sent out by the district earlier this week. And dozens came to speak at Friday's meeting to let the school board know they don't want their kids in masks.
Do you want your kids to wear masks? Do you want your kids to wear masks?
With many parents saying they want the decision to be their own, not the school board's.
It is not okay to take away the rights of parents who decide not to mask their children just so others can feel safe.
It is your job to advocate for all the children in the district, and you cannot do that with a one-size-fits-all mandate. Leave the decision to the parents.
Others criticized the school board for holding the meeting on a Friday morning.
Yeah, Mr. Christopher is trying to control how much time the public is given to address this issue and move as quickly as possible to mandate masks. Even by scheduling this meeting at 10 a.m. when most parents are working.
Only 3 people spoke in favor of a mask mandate, one pointing to the number of people who have died from COVID.
Please make our children wear masks. If your child was 1 in 100,000, we would pay.
Throughout the board members' discussion,
for pre-K 6. Why? And I believe what
The board continually had to pause to ask everyone to remain quiet.
We're not having a discussion because you all continue to interrupt.
But in the end, the board voted in favor of a mask mandate for pre-K through 6th grade.
The mask mandate takes effect Wednesday morning, with some parents saying they have no plans to mask their children on that day. In Muscatine, Jenna Webster, WQAD News 8.
The Burlington School District also voted to require masks in school. Starting Monday, students must wear their masks while indoors and while on school buses. 3 other area districts in Iowa also decided to pass mask mandates for their students and staff. West Burlington's took effect Thursday. Davenport and Burlington school districts will start requiring masks in the classroom on Monday, and once again, Muscatine's begins on Wednesday. The Rock Island superintendent is praising the high school boys soccer team for how they handled what he calls a racist incident on a charter bus. In a statement from the district, the superintendent says the driver of the team bus confronted the players for carrying a Mexican flag for Mexican Independence Day. The team says the driver wouldn't let them on the bus. The superintendent says the situation wasn't resolved in time to get the team to the game on time. He says the team and the head coach handled themselves with respect and dignity.
The students, again, I can't say enough how proud I am is that, you know, you get accosted like this, you hear the information, you make the decision not to get on the bus. So they handled it like an adult would, like a clearly thinking adult would.
The superintendent says the school will be taking a look at the relationship with Tri-State Bus Company and determining how to move forward. News 8 did reach out to Tri-State for comment, and so far, we have not heard back. Taking a live look from Washington, D.C. this morning, where security is beefing up ahead of a rally planned today in support of those who have been charged with the January 6th insurrection. Blocks of new fencing and cameras are in place this morning. D.C.'s police chief says they've picked up, quote, chatter about possible violence. Lawmakers have been urged to stay away, the House telling staffers to work from home. The Department of Homeland Security warning protesters or those opposing the protest may look to get violent.
What specific types of threats of violence are you seeing?
What we're concerned about, I think, more than anything, is the possibility of counter demonstrators and making it to this demonstration and there being violence between those two groups.
More than 600 people have been charged with the riot. The timer now is 9:07 on your Saturday morning. When we come back, NAMI Walks, how it's raising awareness for mental health and how you can show your support.
And we are tracking in summer-like temperatures for our last official weekend of summer. When can you expect the 70s to arrive? We'll talk about that coming up next in your accurate forecast.
You're watching GMQC Saturday.
11 on your Saturday morning. Welcome back. Last Saturday of summer. I almost said last Saturday of fall, but no, we need fall. Yes. So it's going to be a great day. It's going to be like the ideal summer weekend, really.
Yeah, really, the ideal summer weekend. One last hurrah to get us in the 80s, plenty of sunshine, get outside and enjoy it, really soak it in. Want to start out with a viewer photo from Christy in Osco, Illinois, sending in this picture of a little storm that passed through. I'm assuming this was yesterday, as we did get a couple of isolated showers and storms to form during the late afternoon and going into the evening. A lot of us did miss out on those rain chances, but as we head into the new work week, we will bring back a couple more rain chances. So thank you, Christy, for sending in that photo. Lots of clear skies to begin our day, and we'll continue to track in clear conditions as we head throughout your weekend as a whole, because we have an area of high pressure that's moving over the Great Lakes. That's going to keep our skies quiet, sunny, as well as keep temperatures quite warm for us throughout the weekend as well. Let's look on future track again. Lots of sunshine. 85 degrees is going to be that high, so not as warm as yesterday, but we are going to track in warmer conditions as we head into tomorrow. So tonight we'll see those winds begin to shift because we get that area of high pressure to move off to the east. So we'll get more southerly winds overnight tonight, still remaining mild, as lows will be in the low 60s. And then on Sunday, we'll bring in a couple more, or we'll raise those degrees a little bit more, heading to the upper 80s for highs. It will also feel just ever so slightly a little more humid, but not too bad at all in terms of those humidity levels. Now, that change in the temperatures especially, that's going to be welcomed in on Monday. So first, we're going to get a little bit of moisture to push in. That's going to be coming from remnants of Tropical Storm Nicholas from the south. So we'll get a couple of isolated showers, it looks like primarily east of the Mississippi River for Monday morning. And then we're going to really want to keep our eye out on this front. This is expected to come to our hometowns very late Monday night, because this is looking at Monday evening at 5 p.m., still way out to our west. Well, that's going to bring in a chance of showers and storms late Monday night, but the big thing is those temperatures are going to fall. Highs are going to be in the mid-80s for Monday. That front swings in, we're dropping over 10 degrees in those highs. Those highs will go down to the low 70s for Tuesday. Wednesday, that's going to be the first official day of fall. And we're going to welcome it in with some hoodie weather. So quite excited to get some cooler temperatures to move in. So temperatures are actually not sitting too bad. Cooler still off to our north. Dubuque sitting at 59 degrees. A lot of us starting to warm up, mid-60s, 66 degrees in Kewaunee, 65 in Galesburg, 66 as well in Muscatine. Again, we do have these northeastern winds that are streamlining in, but those are going to change overnight tonight, and that's going to raise those temperatures for your Sunday. Not a bad afternoon at all. Really the ideal summer day, 85 degrees with sunny skies throughout the afternoon. Calm and clear overnight tonight, 62 degrees, and we will get those winds to shift. That's going to allow temperatures to get up to around 89 degrees for your Sunday, but we will continue to track in dry and sunny conditions. And then rain will move into the forecast for Monday, and that's going to bring those fall temperatures. As you can see, we're heading to the 70s, and even more so, the low temperatures. Check out Wednesday morning, low 50s. We could even get below 50 on Thursday morning, so we're really tracking in the cooler conditions.
Wow. That's gonna be great.
You're excited.
I'm ready for fall.
Yeah.
Granted, my AC's been out for like 2 months,
So you're ready for
I'm
this.
really ready for the
Yeah.
cooler temperatures. All right, Morgan, thank you. So obviously going to be a great day to get out. Let's take a look at some events happening today around the Quad Cities. The Care Animal Center posted these photos on Facebook showing the preparations for today's Furry Friends food drive. It's happening now until 2 at their location on West Kimberly Road in Davenport. Anyone who donates pet food of any kind will be entered in to win one of the baskets you've seen in these photos. And of course, all donations are given to local shelters and rescue groups. And I just think that's so adorable. I mean, look at those cute little puppies they have modeling with it. It's so adorable. And you can already see they have some food there as well.
And our local National Alliance on Mental Illness is hosting their NAMI Walks event today. The event brings together hundreds of people every year to raise awareness to mental health and helps generate funding for our local NAMI chapter and its programs. Festivities are happening right now at Veterans Memorial Park in Bettendorf. The walk begins very shortly at 9:30 and you can register at the event.
Yeah, and that's going to be great. I mean, like I said, perfect day to get out. So awesome. All right, let's get over to a News 8 Sports crew with a look at what's ahead in News 8 Sports.
Coming up next in sports, week 4 of the high school football season. What a Friday night it was.
Yeah, including a battle at Browning Field between Rock Island and Moline.
And a rematch of the state semifinals with North Scott and Xavier going head-to-head. That and much more coming up straight ahead in News 8 Sports.
Good morning, Quad City sports fans. Week 4 of the high school football season is in the books. It was full of great showdowns. You can check it all out on WQAD.com, but we'll get you to some of the big games, including a huge showdown at Browning Field. The Rocks and the Maroons were the oldest running rivalry in the state of Illinois, and it was defense doing the job early on. Rocks back to throw, and it's Cranston Wall coming up with the interception at the goal line. Wall will bring it out nearly to midfield. Moline with the lead, and the defense a big reason why. Later in the second quarter, Moline capitalizes as Grace Gavin goes in for his 3rd touchdown already in the game. It's second quarter, 29-0, Moline in front. Rock Island try to answer with a little defense of their own as Isaiah Samuelson comes down with the tipped interception. That stops the Moline drive, limits the damage, but that Moline defense came to play from the front 4 to the back 7. Here's the front 4 play, and meet me at the quarterback, a big sack right there. And then we talked about that back 7, 3 interceptions in the second quarter alone, including this one right here, as Grant Sibley steps in front, gets the interception. He goes all the way to the end zone for the pick six. That made it 37-0. Moline cruises 63-0. You can hear from Mike Morrissey on set with us right now at WQAD.com.
Let's head down I-74 to Galesburg as the Silver Streaks looking for their first win, hosting Geneseo. First quarter, no score. Alex Gypsiaco pushing the pile in for the 6-yard touchdown, and it's 7-0. Streaks get the ball back, and they're in scoring range again. Tristan Legate rolls out, hits Drea Gypsiaco for a touchdown, and it's quickly 14-0. Maple Leafs would get a play on special teams as this ball comes loose on the punt, recovered by Nash Clements, but the Maple Leafs would not score. Second quarter, G-Berg on the 10, Legate rolls out, hits Hunter Davina, look out. He powers his way into the end zone, 21-0. Checking the final score, Galesburg gets their first win of the year, 28-7.
Hey, let's go to the Iowa side of the river. 2 versus 3, a rematch from the state semifinals last year. North Scott on the road at Xavier. North Scott leading, looking for more in the second quarter. It's Grayson Jewell to Miles Robertson. He's off to the races, except for that pesky referee that comes up with the touchdown-saving tackle. North Scott continues as it's Grayson Jewell dropping back and finding Allery Hughes. It seems like he's been there for years.
He did not graduate.
Big catch after big catch, but it's Xavier towards the end coming up with a big play. The ball gets on the turf. Xavier would recover. It was 13-3 at the half. Third quarter now. North Scott with more problems holding on to the football. Xavier comes up with the interception this time. Another big play by the Saints as they look to get back in it. They look to convert it into 3 points, but this one goes off the crossbar, the upright I should say. It remains 13-3 and the offense would take advantage. It's Jewell to Jacob Nelson, which seems like the 50th time this year these two have hooked up.
Yep.
One of the best duos in the state. That made it 20-6. North Scott 4-0. Congrats to the Lancers, 20-8 after a huge win on the road.
Both Maquoketa and Clinton looking for their first wins up at Coan Field in Clinton. First quarter scoreless. Jai Jensen on third down, knocking on the door. He keeps this one and punches it into the end zone as they take an early 7-0 lead. Second quarter, it would be more of the same this time. Jai Jensen hooking up with his guy, Addison Binney, and you got to watch Binney's feet on this play as he hauls this one in and keeps the feet in bounds.
2 feet in bounds. He's a pro.
Yep. And they would score on that drive. Jensen firing this one to Connell. Takes this one to the house. House call right there on the pitch and catch. 14-0 Clinton. The River Kings snap a 24-game losing streak with the win over Maquoketa. 28-0 the final score.
You can check out all of Week 4 and the score on the website, WQAD.com. Have a great weekend, Quad Cities.
GMQC Saturday continues on WQAD News 8.
Welcome back on the Saturday morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us. If you're like me, you're ready for fall, but we still have one final weekend of summer, and it's going to be a great one. So let's get over to meteorologist Morgan Strackbein.
Hey, thanks, David. And yeah, absolutely, we are going to track in a very nice end to summer. So take advantage of those 80s while you can, because we know what season's coming in, and we know that the 80s are going to be behind us at some point. Yesterday, high temperatures were in the mid to upper 80s. Sterling tapping in around 90 degrees. We did track in a cold front, however, so we are going to be just slightly cooler than we were yesterday, but still keeping lots of sunshine on the board throughout today and tomorrow. So any last minute summer activities you want to get in, absolutely get them in this weekend. Right now in the Quad Cities, 65 degrees in Davenport, 67 in Moline. Not a bad start to the day. It's not going to feel too bad either. Temperatures heading to the mid 80s. Again, plenty of sunshine. Humidity won't be bad at all for today. We are going to continue to track in 80s for the next few days, but then we will track a front to bring in some showers and storms for Monday, and then cooler temperatures on the way. I'll time that out for you coming up in just a little bit. David?
All right, Morgan, thank you. Now to the latest in the fight against COVID-19. Millions of Americans may soon be eligible for a Pfizer booster shot, but an FDA advisory panel recommended a third dose for those 65 and older and others who are at risk for severe COVID. But the FDA advisory panel did not vote in favor for booster shots for all vaccinated Americans. The FDA will take the advisory panel's vote into consideration, but is expected to issue a final decision in the coming days. In the meantime, for a second day in a row, 8 states have ICUs at 90% capacity.
I thought it was a huge joke, and obviously it's not, because my husband's like laying right here next to me.
The White House says President Biden will hold a virtual summit on COVID-19 with other world leaders amid the UN General Assembly. We have new details this morning about the crisis at the Texas border. A U.S. official says the Biden administration is planning a wide-scale expulsion of Haitian migrants in a small Texas border city on flights back to Haiti as soon as tomorrow. Right now, there are more than 11,000 migrants packed underneath a bridge in Del Rio, Texas. The number of people under the bridge has ballooned over this week, growing from 5,000 on Wednesday. As many as 8,000 more migrants are expected in the coming days. Officials say that most of the migrants are from Haiti, which is still recovering after a recent earthquake and hurricane. Customs and Border Protection is now sending extra manpower to help deal with the influx of people, but lawmakers fear that might not be enough.
This is as bad as I've ever seen it. There is no southern border. It's pure chaos. There are literally thousands of migrants that have come, and there's tens of thousands on the way.
I have been one that have supported opening more centers within Latin American countries so that these folks don't come to the border. Those centers were closed by President Trump, and they're in the process of being reopened. That's where we want folks to go.
Last month, U.S. Border Patrol made more than 200,000 apprehensions at the border. That's 4 times higher than the same time last year. A live look from Washington, D.C. now, where federal, state, and local authorities say they're ready for whatever happens ahead of today's planned rally in Washington, D.C. The rally is in support of people charged in the January 6th riot. Ika Giacchi tells us about the added security measures authorities are taking right now.
For the last 8 months, the leadership of the U.S. Capitol Police Department has been preparing, working to ensure that we don't have a repeat of January 6th.
Capitol Police telling the public they're ready for Saturday's planned rally in support for the jailed insurrectionists.
We have contingency plans for any possible disruptions.
For Saturday, the department says an increased police presence will be in and around the city. A number of road closures will be put in place, plus the return of the security fence around the Capitol grounds. ABC's Rachel Scott showed us.
That is the new surveillance camera that has been installed. The fencing now not just up around the entire Capitol complex, but also around the entire Supreme Court.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin approving a request by Capitol Police to have 100 National Guardsmen on standby, who will only be called in as a last resort. A Department of Homeland Security official telling ABC News earlier this week that more than 700 people are expected to attend. Jared Holt, an expert in domestic extremism, saying on MSNBC that the online chatter ahead of the rally pales in comparison to what was seen the days leading up to January 6th.
A lot of the same extremist groups that participated in January 6th have been very clear with their members that they should not go to this.
Republican lawmakers not attending the weekend rally. However, former President Trump sending this message: our hearts and minds are with the people being persecuted so unfairly relating to the January 6th protests. Trump trying to rewrite history on a day that saw police officers beaten and attacked and the Capitol stormed by an angry mob. Ika Giacchi, ABC News, Washington.
According to the Department of Justice, more than 600 people are facing federal charges for their involvement in the January 6th Capitol riot. The time right now is 9:36 on your Saturday morning. When we come back, we're going to verify, why is Pfizer changing the name of its COVID-19 vaccine after getting FDA approval? Did anything else change last minute? Welcome back. It's 9:40 on your Saturday morning, taking a look at some local events happening around the Quad Cities today. Starting at noon in Muscatine, 10 local and regional food trucks will take part of the Food Truck Fight at Riverside Park. This is the first time the event's happening in Muscatine. The video you're seeing here is from the LeClaire version of the event. There will, of course, be food and beverages, but there's also going to be live music and a live broadcast of the 2-0 Iowa Hawkeyes game, and more. They will crown the Food Truck Fight champion at 7. Admission is $10 for adults, and kids 12 and under are free. The event goes until 8 tonight. And after 2 years, the Mississippi Valley Blues Fest returns to the Davenport Riverfront. It's happening at LeClaire Park Bandshell in Davenport. Over the last 2 years, the concert series has had to move or be canceled because of the historic flood of 2019 along the Mississippi, and then the pandemic, of course. The event brings new and up-and-coming bands, but also includes Blues Masters. The gates open at noon today, and today is really going to be the perfect day to get out and go to any events that you want to do.
Absolutely. It's really going to be the last weekend of summer, and we have gotten some great weather for us in store to enjoy some of those last-minute summer activities that we want to get in. I want to start out with a viewer photo. Christy in Osco, Illinois. I absolutely love this photo that she caught of a downpour. I'm assuming this is from those isolated showers and storms that moved through yesterday. Some of us were lucky enough to get some rain, but still a lot of us underneath a lot of dry conditions, and we're not expecting any rain this weekend, which is some good news, especially if you have outdoor plans. We'll have lots of sunny skies for us, very clear conditions, thanks to an area of high pressure that's going to continue to stay stable over the Great Lakes. It will move off to the east tomorrow, and we will get temperatures to be a little bit warmer, but today is going to be an absolutely amazing summer-like day. So let's look at future track again. Lots of sunshine. Highs will be in the mid-80s. And because we're getting in those northeast winds, humidity not going to be too bad today. Those will inch up a little bit as we get into the overnight hours and going into your Sunday. We're going to get those southerly winds to return overnight tonight. Lows going to be still mild for this time of year, but not too bad in the low 60s. And then we are going to get those temperatures to raise a couple degrees for your Sunday. Again, plenty of dry skies and sunshine, but highs around 89 degrees, likely going to feel just around 90 because, again, humidity is going to be just ever so slightly a little higher for tomorrow. If you're looking for the change, well, we're going to get that trigger. We usually get a front that pushes through sometime in September, and it kind of shuts down those 80-degree temperatures. Well, that's looking like that's going to happen as we head into the beginning of the new work week. So Monday at 11 a.m., we're going to track in some moisture. This is likely the remnants from Tropical Storm Nicholas. So it looks like eastern side of the Mississippi may see some isolated showers and storms for Monday morning. But we're going to keep a close eye out on this front, this cold front that's going to push into western Iowa by Monday evening. So this is going to take a while to get to our hometowns. We really likely won't see that line of showers and storms make its way until late Monday night and going into early Tuesday morning. But it's going to bring an end to the 80s. So we continue to track the 80s through Monday afternoon, but that front is going to drop our highs over 10 degrees. So again, a very strong and potent front that's going to move through. But it's going to bring some fall-like weather for the official beginning of fall, which is going to occur on Wednesday. So if you're looking forward to the 70s, we're finally going to track them in. 65 degrees out the door right now in Davenport. Again, dew point temperatures not too bad either, remaining quite comfortable in the low 50s. We have those northeast winds keeping that air mass dry, but we'll get that shift as we head into the overnight hours. Still cooler off to our north, Dubuque at 59 degrees, Savannah at 64, Galesburg getting up near 70 so far this morning, 68 over in Muscatine. Still going to be an absolutely gorgeous day for all of us. Highs in the mid 80s. Going to continue to stay warm as we head into the overnight hours, calm and clear. 62 for that low. Tomorrow, we'll continue to track in the 80s for your Sunday and going into Monday. Finally getting the 70s to return just in time for the start of fall. Getting near 80 by Friday, but still, I think we're going to remain in the 70s for quite a while. We might get 1 or 2 more 80-degree days out of the year, maybe, but I think this is going to be the thing that kind of brings in the fall-like weather.
Hey, I'm all right with that. And one of my favorite things about fall is the fall foliage.
Yes.
We were talking about that earlier, and we did post on the WQAD Facebook page to ask people where are the best places to go and maybe go on a scenic drive or view it. Yeah, hiking. I know we mentioned Makokata Caves.
I love Makokata Caves.
So yeah, it's so beautiful. So if you have a place that you just think is wonderful to see fall foliage, let us know. Go to the WQAD Facebook page, put the comment on that post, and we'll share some of those things on air next weekend when we talk about the first full weekend of fall.
Yes.
So that'll be great. Awesome. Pfizer and BioNTech are changing the name of their COVID-19 vaccine, and that has Verify viewers wondering why. Our national Verify team looked into it.
Last month, the Pfizer vaccine became the first COVID-19 vaccine to receive full approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Prior to that, it had been authorized for emergency use by the FDA since December 11, 2020. Following FDA approval, Pfizer says the vaccine will now be marketed in the U.S. under a new name, Comirnaty. A Verify viewer wants to know if the FDA-approved Comirnaty and the EUA Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine contain the same ingredients. So let's verify. Are Comirnaty and the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine the same? We went to these sources for an answer. According to the FDA and Pfizer, Comirnaty and the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine have the same formulation and can be used interchangeably to protect against COVID-19. So why the new name? Well, in a joint press release, Pfizer and BioNTech said they decided on the name Comirnaty because it, quote, represents a combination of the terms COVID-19, mRNA, community, and immunity to highlight the first authorization of a messenger RNA vaccine, as well as the joint global efforts that made this achievement possible. So we can verify, yes, Comirnaty and the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine are the same. If you have an issue with the name, though, don't shoot the messenger RNA. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
If you see something you want us to verify, text us by sending the word verify to the number on your screen. That's 309-304-0888. You can also send an email to us at verify@wqad.com. And still ahead for us this morning, how this superhero is lifting kids' spirits. 9:50 on your Saturday morning. Time to get to some good news here on Good Morning Quad Cities, and I feel like we've earned it.
Yes, we have.
Absolutely. So this is Super Iso Man. I'm probably butchering that name. I'm so sorry. That's the nickname given to an Indonesian man on each week. He's a drug counselor, and he dresses up each week and goes into different superhero costumes to visit kids depressed or bored while stuck in COVID isolation. I mean, isn't that sweet? So he says when kids are happy, he's happy, and that just makes my day.
Just anything to put a smile
Yes.
on someone's face.
Oh.
Now this story, give me a wheelchair, I've got things to do. That's what Justin Meters told his doctor years ago after a motorcycle accident left him paralyzed from the waist down. And one of the things Meters has done is becoming the racing world's only paraplegic pilot.
It's incredible.
Meters is competing in the Formula One group in this weekend's races in Nevada. He even uses a plane he built himself and named Limitless. Very appropriate, because Meters says he wants all kids to know that they can accomplish anything they want.
I mean, how amazing is that? I wouldn't even imagine, how do you go about building a plane? I mean, I don't even know how I would do that. And like he's doing this and he's paraplegic.
Yes.
You know, that's incredible. I mean, that's just so amazing. So
It is
definitely a
super
touching
cool.
story.
Love it.
Awesome. We're back with a final check of the forecast next.
Let's get you one last check of your forecast with your News 8 Weather Kit. We have Naya, who is 1 year old, and this afternoon is going to be absolutely beautiful, highs in the mid-80s. And hey, speaking of weather kits, we need your weather kits submissions, and you can do that going on to WQAD.com, and you can just search weather kits in the search engine, and that should take you to the page to submit. We're going to continue to track in summer-like conditions for the last weekend of September, or of summer, not September. We're not there yet. And then fall moves in with fall-like conditions by Tuesday.
And if you thought talking about fall was jumping the gun, there's less than 100 days until Christmas. Can you believe that? But local businesses are already preparing. Businesses like Designs on the Boulevard in Geneseo say they had to start preparing in January of this year for the holidays after supply chain issues delayed products coming in this time last year. They also say now is the time to be placing your orders.
Making sure we have our product in. We've pre-ordered quite a bit of it. We have probably 2 more shipments coming in for Christmas. If you see something, purchase it immediately, because what most stores have, they may not be able to replace.
Diana at Designs on the Boulevard also says her business isn't concerned about the cost of shipping going up. That's starting next month because of USPS. They say they can do a lot of their local deliveries, which are often much cheaper than what it would be to go through a traditional shipping center. So I think that's just great.
It's crazy that that's 100 days away.
Oh, gosh, less than.
Less than.
Yeah, but that's going to be great. So But it's important to get out and do local, and this is going to be
Yes.
a perfect weekend if you're thinking, hey, might as well get some stuff done. Great day to get out.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.